Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we have another renovation for Willow Creek. So we have this house is Rindle Rose and I've already made some kind of stuff with, not to worry about the depreciation of all of the items. So I did play this house in my own library, then I just did bulldoze a lot and place this house back. And I did already settle all my money to zero, so I think let us get started. And the first thing I want to do is just, I think, the usual. We are gonna go inside. I'm gonna stick everything we have in here in my household inventory, and that is not the type of house we are so used to. It's gonna be a little bit more fun to furnish, especially since, before we made mostly the houses which were starter homes and less, because one of the houses in that area of Willow Creek was literally like 12,000 simoleons, and in here we have like 19 now, but I have the whole lot of stuff in my household inventory right now. And for this specific house, I did not have like some kind of thing that I really hate in here, but one thing I know that I'm gonna remove is landscaping, because no, I'm not leaving that. I'm redoing that from the scratch. And terrain bait, of course, because that's gonna be a little bit easier for me. And what I wanted to do, I prefer having my staircases when we have only 3 steps on them. And what I do not like about this house is the fact that we are using the default concrete staircase, and that is not so cute. So first thing, I'm gonna rotate these panels on the deck so that they are directed in the same way that the staircase, and I'm gonna pick a wooden staircase for the outside. I know that it's kind of a stretch to use the wooden staircase outside because wood is not such water-resisting material, but I don't think that that is so bad. And I cannot see on this lot. Its lighting is so bad. And one thing I do not like about this house is, first of all, medium wall height. So we are gonna shrink our walls. And as for the front, I kinda like this house, but I don't like that these pieces do stick around. Like you see, we have like these tiny trim pieces, the same in here. So for the roof fixing, I think that first of all, I need to shrink the porch a little bit, because otherwise the roof is gonna look bad. And the staircase should move back. And this I'm gonna remove. I don't need it in here for now. I'm gonna pick something else, I think, later. And if you have these kind of clipping problems with your roofings, what you can do about that is you can just go and you see these tiny arrows. If you hold shift, you can remove these overhangs only on the one side, and this tiny arrow, they work with the overhang. So you see, now we have like this slight problem, and that doesn't look cute as well, don't you think? And if I do the same here, we have the same problem. And this is actually fixable if you make this roof not so like steep as it was before. And about these pieces sticking out here, to fix that, you can do some easy stuff. Like first of all, you can shrink the roof itself. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy that and I'm gonna pull it back. Now, if I shrink it on the sides, I still have that second piece up here, because if I didn't do that, it would look like that. And that doesn't look cute, don't you think? I don't think that that looks cute. So this way, it's a little bit better. So this is what we have for the roof. I think that I'm gonna change it if I'm gonna change the floor plan a little bit, but I don't think that this house is one of those houses that need to become much smaller. Like, it's not that cheap of a house, and so we can afford to have a bigger house in here. And I think that I can even make the kitchen a little bit bigger. I'm gonna move all of the doors we have, because I think that we can rethink a floor plan slightly. And first of all, I think that these floorings are a little bit distracting for me, as well as these doors are. And I think I'm gonna remove all of the windows except for the ones in the front. And let us think floor plan wise. Actually, this house is not that small. And first thing I wanna do, I wanna really shrink this down, because it was a little bit too big for me and it was a little bit too distracting for me. And I know that I've just told that I don't want to make this house too much smaller, but we'll need to make it somehow smaller. And next thing is we need a couple of bedrooms, because this house primarily had 2 bedrooms. I do not want to rethink a floor plan too much, so I think that I can make a weirdly shaped bathroom in here. We'll have a tiny hallway in here and a normal sized bedroom. So I think that that will do actually. And about the rest of the house, this square is actually quite difficult to make a floor plan for because squares are not that convenient to plan actually. So one thing I can do is I can lay it out with the furniture we already have. So as for the kitchen, this house actually had quite cheap appliances. I thought that this house is a little bit more expensive than it is. We can have a kitchen in the spot it was before. It had quite big of a bar, and I don't think that that's going to be a good idea for us in here, but I will think about that. And we've had a living room right out from the kitchen. But I was thinking that we might actually make this peninsula, I think it is, a little bit smaller, so that maybe something like that, like two tiles, only two tiles wide, so we'll have two sitting areas, maybe some kind of flower in here, and we will be able to have our dining area against this wall or this wall, and I think that still we'll have a small living area in this house. I don't think that I'm gonna go around that somehow. And now that I look throughout all of the furniture we have, I don't think that this house actually had a dining room. So I'm gonna have our living room like that. Maybe we can stick a desk up here, maybe a couple of armchairs. And as for our kids' room, we can have a couple of these tall windows. It kind of looks like ice and I hate that, but it's gonna go. We are gonna deal with that. As we are gonna have this side visible from the managed worlds, we'll need a couple of windows up here, at least a couple of windows. So I'm not sure about that because I really not want to place a tall window in the bathroom. So, and I think that for the kids' bedroom, two tall windows is enough. This one is just gonna be for the decor, to say so. For the bedroom, I was thinking that we might have a couple of windows on every single side of our bed, like we are gonna stick our bed right here, literally in the middle of the bedroom. These gonna do well. And as for the kitchen, we can actually make it a little tiny bit, like literally quarter tile bigger. And we need to buy a dining table right away. For the dining table, I thought about placing a table right against the window, but I'm not sure that I like the way it looks with these exact windows, and some chairs like that. Or I can stick it a little bit against the wall up here, and it kind of looks cute because it's centered with this window and with this window in the same time. I'm still gonna leave this chair up here, and we still can fit here some bar stools, I think. So we've had these bar stools, a couple, we had three of them. I'm gonna just stick a couple. I do not need to have too many of the bar stools. And as for the bedrooms, I think this one had a dresser. We've had a trash can outside. We are gonna have this tiny sitting area in here. We will not be able to fit a chest table in here, unfortunately, but I'm not sure about these many sitting areas we have right now, so I will think about that. I will see about that. Also, we've had a gnome up out here. I'm not using these wall lamps. I think I can buy something better from this money. We'll need a trash can outside, of course, and we'll need these tiny decors. We have not three same paintings. No, I'm not doing that. And no curtains. I think that houses in The Sims do quite well without any curtains. Like, why do you need curtains? Like, why? Tell me. Do you have any reasons why you need curtains in The Sims? Your Sims might have a little bit of trouble going around here, so if they do, please do not worry about that. That's okay. It's just The Sims. Now that I have removed those windows we had, this looks a little bit weird. This looks a little bit silly, but that is the center of the wall. So it's kind of this one or none. I can do like that, but that looks silly as well because this house looks a little bit too boxy from the back. And now that I think of that, this bedroom is a little bit of a flop, so it looks a little bit weird when I put it all like that. So what can I do? I can scoot this whole house a couple of tiles to the front. I can go back up. I can make this roof one tile bigger, and I can make these both areas one tile bigger as well. So this way we will have a little bit of bigger bedroom inside, and this way this house doesn't look that silly from the back, and we can go without this window in, so it's gonna look okay. And I think that this actually huge bathroom is not that bad of a thing, because this way we'll literally be able to fit a lot of stuff in the bathroom, and that is actually a luxury in the same. We'll still have our dresser kind of tucked out here, so that we have window above that. I'm gonna stick these lamps on our nightstands. We used to have this bed in this bedroom. We used to have a bookshelf in this house somewhere. I'm gonna stick it in this bedroom because this bedroom is actually having all of the green furniture. This shoe shelf might go somewhere by the entrance. That's gonna be good. No curtains. We are not buying curtains. I'm gonna think about the garden now, but for now I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna stick this chair somewhere up here, so that at least I remember that we had one. I'm selling the clock. We can have a coat rack up here as well. Like from the entryway, we have like this side of as for the entryway, and this side like a dining area. I think that's gonna be good. I'm gonna sell a couple of these lamps. I don't think that we really need them. And for the kitchen decor, we didn't have upper cabinets, and in this house is actually that rare occasion when we really can afford them. This trash can we used to have in the kitchen, so I'm gonna stick it in the kitchen, right in here, or almost in the hallway. This mirror I'm gonna sell. This shower tub combo can go around here. We can have this mirror in this bedroom somewhere. I'm gonna stick it right here for now. I'm gonna think of the floor plan a little bit later. I can sell this. This rug was in our living area, so I'm going bringing it back. We can have one painting above the TV. I don't think that we really need an expensive TV in here. A sink was in here, and also a sink was in the bathroom. I think that looks cute when we have a sink above the window. And in this case, we can actually afford a toilet paper, so that's gonna be okay. And this thing can go by the exit. I think that's gonna be kind of convenient. I know that it's not cute, but that can be convenient. And as for the lights, I think that we can have like some kind of a statement light above our dining area, but there is nothing really going with that in the base game. So this is a little bit too outdoorsy. This is looks a little bit more like it should be above the bar. All right, this can go. And as for the kitchen, we have all of the necessities in here. And as for the lights, I don't think that I'm gonna place any lamps around in this living area. But as for the living and the kitchen area, I'm just gonna stick a couple of lights, so this whole area is all well lit. The same I'm gonna do for the bedrooms. This is actually quite a decently sized bedroom. I usually not have bedroom that big. And in here, in the kids' bedroom, I'm gonna do similar stuff, so that at least we have something to work with. And now I have a couple of doubts. So I think that I can actually stick this dresser in this corner. I can stick some kind of mirror above that. I don't know what kind of mirror, because base game doesn't give me that much of options. We used to have this mirror in our bathroom, I think. So I might actually go and rethink our bathroom a little bit. And I know that having a toilet right underneath the window doesn't seem too practical, but I do not care. I might still do that. And we can have a desk area in our bedroom. I don't want my desk to be too tall, but this whole color scheme kind of matches the house. And as for the sitting by the desk, we will need to buy something kind of fancy looking, because our whole house style is a little bit on the fancy side, I would say. I would buy something like that, but that's kind of like a wooden chair. It shouldn't be too comfortable. But who knows? Maybe these people just not work too much, and we can afford a computer, at least for now. And as for the floorings, by the way, as for the floorings, we need to think about that as well. So in our living area, I was thinking about these dark wood floors. In the kitchen, we used to have linoleum, so I can bring it all back like that. No linoleum in the kitchen. This house is. These people are rich enough. They can afford to replace the wooden floorings when they wear out. We used to have some of these floorings in the bedrooms, and I think that I can use a dark green one in this bedroom. This can stay in here. As for the tiles, I need to pick a matching tile, and we have exactly one. But for my eye, that looks like a little bit too much. So what if we will use just plain white tile on the bottom? And what if we will use some fun tile on the top? Or we can use pink tile in the bottom. That's gonna look cute as well. What do you think about that? For this bedroom. This bedroom is gonna have a lot of things to do. So in here you can read some books, you can dress yourself up, and you can have a nightstand. That's it. I'm gonna sell this mirror. This kid really doesn't need that. We'll have literally the same mirror in our other bedroom. And for this whole bedroom, what I do not like is the fact that we have this weird flat wall going all around this bedroom. I might rethink this bedroom actually a little bit. So maybe we'll have a window right above the bed. We can bring back both of our nightstands, and this is that rare occasion when we have like a completely functional full bedroom in the Sims house. My Sims usually do not have that kind of luxury. We can have our computer up here, and I would like to place a dresser up here, but my Sims won't be able to walk around here. Maybe the computer can go up here, but then we have too much going on up here, so that's not good as well. And also, now that I look at all of that, I think that we can have our bed against this wall, like not on the wall where we have windows. And now that I think of that, we can shrink the bathroom a little bit because these two tiles are completely useless. And this way we will be able to maybe scoot some of the stuff around here, and we will be able to make our kitchen a little bit bigger. And what do you think about that? Didn't you think that I'm gonna come up with this kind of choice? I did not think about that. So what we can do now? We can scoot it all a little bit. I'm gonna scoot this dining room against the wall. We'll have it like that. We'll have our bars like this, and this is still all beautiful. It's still all good. I know that that's a lot of windows on this side, but is that a bad thing? I don't think that that is a bad thing. And it's much better than if we had our bar stools right against the dining table like that. So I'm happy with that. About this bedroom, we can have this dresser up in this corner, but I'm not sure that my Sims will be able to walk around here. So I think that this desk can go up here. In here we'll have nothing. Our dresser will go somewhere up here on this wall, so that's not that annoying for me. I will stick like some kind of flower, some kind of cute decor up here. And yeah, we have our doors kind of in the very corner, but that's not looking so bad, I think. Maybe, at least I hope so. So I can make this bedroom a little bit smaller as well. The kid doesn't need a very big bedroom, I think. So this way, the kid will be able to access this sleeping area. They will have like some kind of a tiny entryway to their bedroom, and we will stick some kind of a lamp up here and some kind of a flower up here, and that's gonna look cute. And I'm gonna stick the same kind of light in the kids' bedroom as we have in the parents' bedroom. And as for this wall, yes, it's kind of empty. Window will help with that. And we'll this way we have literally million windows on this side and not that many windows up here, but we have now more logically sized bathroom this way, I think. And I'm gonna scoot our sink up here so that we will be able to stick some kind of flower in here, some kind of shelf, and we still have decent amount of money to furnish the whole rest of the house. In this corner, now that I look at that, we can fit a stereo of sorts and a big flower. Or we can go without stereo on the flower, and we can stick here that good bookshelf that I literally for all my life I was thinking that it was from Seasons, but after I started playing like licensed Sims game, I figured that no, it's not Seasons, it's base game. So it's much better this way. As for our dining area, this flower can go to our dining table. I think that's going to be a little bit better. I know it's kind of clipping with the lamp we have, but I do not want it to go above this trim. As for the kitchen, we need upper cabinets, so I'm going to buy some, and I'm going to do this all weird and old trick we have when I'm going to raise them up once, because otherwise they do look weird on a kitchen like that. And I'm just gonna remove this ventilation. I'm gonna replace it with this one because this one looks a little bit better. at least a little bit more modern. And I'm gonna replace the kitchen appliances with white ones because they look a little bit better as well with the kitchen we have up here. As for our dining area, I wanted to stick here some kind of a big flower so that this part is kind of not so usable, and we can afford a dishwasher in here and it will go perfectly in this tiny area. So this is like wet area of the kitchen, and we could have placed some tile in here, but I do not want to, so we will not do that. This counter is not going to be usable, but I'm going to imagine as if, your Sims are using that to cook. Of course, they do not. So I'm going to stick the knives up against the wall here. Do we need NER? Not in this build. I know that I kind of put them sometimes in my builds, but not here. This chair can go up here, the same one we already have. I think that I can make it beige. This one I can remove so that I can just place here some kind of a big bushy flower so that it's kind of divide the area. And I know that it's a narrow walk up here, but that's okay. I don't mind. And place the counter back, please. Now that's gonna be better. I think that for the kitchen, that's gonna be kinda enough right now. Don't you think? I think I can replace this island counter with the edge one so that it looks better, like wrapping around, looks a bit more finished. And I think that for all of the necessities, that must be it. Now I think that what I need to do is go around and just stick some decor. This house is partly on the fancier side, so we can have a fancy mirror up here. I don't think that we will need to buy a lot of like decor, like some art. We do really not need to buy anything like curtains because it's complete waste of money in my opinion, especially in the Sims, because why would you buy curtains in the Sims? I don't think so. So I'm not doing that. And I promised you that I'm gonna think a little bit about the sitting area in the front of our house. We don't need this chair. We can replace it with some planters. That's gonna be a little bit more useful for us. I think that 3 planters might go, and they are completely functional if you stack them like that. Your Sims will be able to use them still. I do that all the time. Highly recommend. If you did not know, you can do that. For our bedrooms, we wanted to stick a light up here, a lamp up here. As for our bathroom, I wanted to place some decor up here as well. We not usually get to place decor in the bathroom, so it's a luxury in here in the process. I wanted to stick the shelf up here, and we can even afford a tiny towel in our bathroom like this one, and maybe even a big one. Let everybody know that we are fancy by doing that. And a flower, this one can go up here. In here I would like to place a big bushy flower, but it won't go, so I might do it like that. This bathroom is on the greenish side again because I like placing greens in the bathroom as I make. This kid's bedroom is kind of done, and I don't know if I should go for like more kids bedroom vibes or if I should go for more teen bedroom vibes. I think I can stick some posters up here so that this kid has some hobbies. And we have no money now, no computer in this house. We can have a desk but no computer. How much? No, we are not having this bookshelf. We are replacing that with something else, maybe something like that. I know that I'm using this bookshelf second time in this house, but 1800 and 700 is a big difference, so I'm going for the cheaper. This flower can go up here and this can go up here. We can even buy some slight clutter for the bedroom, like this cup with pens we have like that. So that's a completely functional desk area. In here, I think that we might stick some kind of a wall hang mirror. That's gonna be cute. That's better. A wooden one works always in the house like that. In here, we have another reading area, so we can afford the lamp up here. I'm gonna place it on this side. And on this side, I wanted to place that a little bit bushy plant we have. This one. It's on the pricier side, but we have enough space to do it in here. And up here, right literally right by our TV. We can have some music so that your Sims can listen to some music. That's gonna be good. That's some more activity for them. Up here we can have another plant. I just like placing random plants around my build. In here we can have another one. In here we can have this tall one. Like, if you do not know how to fill the space in The Sims, place a plant. It always works, always looks good. Does this look cute or it's missing? I think that it's missing a rock underneath our dining area. This way it's a little bit better. I think that's already a little bit better. And otherwise, I think it's missing some decor up on this table. A plant will do. Another one. I thought about placing some kind of art above the beds, but we managed to not be able to afford that. And we need some backsplash in the kitchen. I think that we can have something beige neutral like that so that it looks cute, it looks okay, and we are placing that exclusively in our wet area. And that must be it for the indoors decor. What else we have left to do is some landscaping, and we do need some landscaping. We have a lot of these tiny trees as in all of the willow creeks, so it's not going to be too difficult. And I think that I can stick something a little bit different up on this side. So this is what the house is going to look from the exterior. What actually I forgot about, we can have some money from deleting the underside of the stairs. And about the flowers around the house, I just thought about placing some bushes like that. I think not size down. And if you did not know, in this challenge I work on not using debug for landscaping so that we have all of our landscaping really bought in the game. And I'm gonna use lighter colored brick up here. We can have this mailbox up here, and we can still afford some flowers here and there so that it doesn't look as empty as it does now. And I like that our trash can is kind of hidden a little bit. And I think that we can use some different flowers because there is this like bushy one that can go for the underlaying of some bushes, kind of like that, so that's cute. We can have some of these tiny bushes all over the place, like not all over the place, we cannot afford that much of them, but you get what I mean. And we can have some, I don't know what else we can have. I don't think that we need any more trees or something like that on the lot. I think that for majority of it, it must be it. Maybe a flower and one more of this and a couple of these. Now I'm gonna go around, add some Tyrian paint, and then I'm gonna give you a quick tour. So that's it. Let us go and give us a quick room tour. So about the exterior of the house, nothing pretty much changed. I just decided to add some kind of roof trim up here, some ventilation. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit more, like some last changes, I would say. We still have like pretty much the same exterior, just a little bit different, like some roof trim. We have a little bit different layout of the whole house, so the house shape changes well. And as for our trash can area, we have it right here. We have now a big tree right beside the house. We have some flowers underneath that. We have a tiny pathway towards our trash can. So we have an outdoors trash can. This is our mailbox, our tiny pathway left for the house. We have some more cohesive landscaping around the house. And as for our front porch, we still have the same lawn chairs we had in here. I decided to leave this tray empty just in case, maybe your Sims might want and leave some food in here, and maybe they can want and hang out in here, sit here, talk, and eat. I think that sometimes it can be like a nice romantic dinner with your spouse. And here we have a couple of planters, so we have some skill building outside. It's not all useless. And let us go inside. In here we have this fire prevention system utility. I think that it's supposed to extinguish your fire right away. Also, in here we have our shoe shelf. In here we have a coat rack, a big flower just to fill up the space. In here we have a stereo, so if you want to show some buddies, you have a stereo to listen to. And oh, I think that I should switch the color of this table because it looks a little bit wrong. In here we have our living area. In here we have just a couch, armchair, and TV area. and a stereo, of course. So in here, your Sims might hang out. Also, they can read some books. I decided to place a lamp so they don't spoil their eyes. In here, we have our kitchen area. I think that it turned out to be quite cute. So we have some shelving outside. We have not shelving, like this is shelving, but this is cabinets. So here we have the same fridge we used to have, the same island we used to have. We had a peninsula, but I decided to make it an island. And we have a big window in our kitchen so that it looks a little bit more cute, I would say. In here we have our dining area. It has a lot of windows around it and a lot of greenery, so it all looks cute. And we have a cute lamp above our dining table and a rug. And we did not have a dining area in this house before I started to do that, so it's an upgrade for here. And now let us go to the living area, whole living area where people are gonna live. This is our kids' room. I decided to make like literally a kids' room. So we have some posters on the wall. We have some fancy furniture in here, and that is because furniture was bought by the parents, and parents wanted something fancy, and kid was not so happy about that. So that is why we have all of these posters up here. In here we have a desk but no computer, so if you want to buy a computer you will need to play in here for a little while because I only had 5 simoleons in the end. In here we have a bookshelf so your kid can read in here, and this desk can be quite useful for your kids to do their homework. But of course they will do their homework in the dining area, so that's okay. And also the kid has a mirror so they can check themselves out before they leave their room, and some sleeping area, and a couple of windows. So that is quite a fancy of a bedroom, I would say. Let us go to the parents' bedroom. In here we have some flowers, we have a mirror, we have a lamp. We have a couple of night lamps on the nightstand. Tiny window up here, a big window to look at the neighbors if you want to. Yes, to look at the neighbors if you want to, because your neighbors are pancakes, so who wants to look at them? But in here we also have a mirror for some skill building, and in this house we have a bathroom. In the bathroom, like where would I go without a bathroom? In the bathroom, we have a shower tub combo, the same we had before, toilet, the same we had before, a sink with a mirror, the same we had before, and also a couple of towels, so that's a little bit more pretty, a couple of flowers, so that's a little bit more pretty, and some storage for functionality, for imaginary functionality, because your Sims won't use the storage all by themselves. But that's it. That's pretty much the house. I think that it's not that dramatic change because it's literally the first house where I decided to leave the majority of the floor plan because it was not so bad. I just switched some stuff around in our living area and I decided to make bedrooms a little bit smaller than they were originally. So that's it, I think. And this is not the style I'm usually building houses in. It's a little bit on the fancy, like the Sims fancy style I try to go for because I prefer plain stuff. And this is not plain at all. Like you see this chair, it's not plain at all. So that's what we have in the end. And I think that thank you for watching. And if you like videos like that, you can subscribe to my channel. And I hope that you like this renovation. It's already on my gallery. My gallery name is Gloveran, just like my YouTube name. And it's gonna be just called Rindle Rose Reno. And I hope you like this video. So this must be a goodbye.